How does ChatGPT work, and why does that matter to your clinic? So, unlike your next patient who has already Googled their symptoms and is about to give you their own self-diagnosis, ChatGPT has absolutely no idea what it's going to say next. It doesn't have any understanding of the concept it's talking about. It doesn't know what the next paragraph's going to be, the next sentence, even the next word. Although AI chat tools can feel very human in their responses, they choose every next word based on a dictionary of around 100,000 different words. It sounds clever, but in reality it's just a probabilistic guess. It guesses every single next word. Think of it like a spinal assessment, where you would analyse each vertebrae individually and then put that together to form an overall picture. So what is this process, and more importantly, why do we care? So there's a 5-step process behind every AI chat response. When you type a question into a chatbot, these 5 things happen in sequence repeatedly until your question has been answered fully, hopefully. Firstly, tokenization. Your message gets split down into small chunks. So just like you'd break a patient's complaint into key symptoms, the AI splits your text into small pieces called tokens. A token is approximately 1 syllable. Step 2 is embeddings. These chunks get converted into numbers that the AI can understand. Each chunk is translated into a code that captures its fundamental meaning, kind of like how an X-ray can map a physical structure onto a 2-dimensional image that you can read. Step 3 is attention. The system uses learned heuristics to piece together how the various parts of your message relate to each other. So when you apply clinical heuristics to analyze somebody's pain based on your own knowledge and experience, it's kind of like that. Step 4 is prediction. The AI scores every possible next word. It ranks over 100,000 possible next tokens by likelihood, similar to running through a differential diagnosis and coming up with a probable cause. The final stage, step 5, is sampling. Basically it decides which one word, rather token, it's going to pick next. The AI selects the best fit word, adds it to the response, and then starts the whole process all over again. So you can kind of see how this works when ChatGPT streams your answer. It used to be more obvious back a year or so ago when you could see it kind of thinking. It's quite quick now, but you see the words just sort of scroll across the answer. So why does any of this matter for a clinical practice? Well, it's not just academic. There are some real-world implications to using these tools in a medical setting. Firstly, context. Every AI has a context window. That's the maximum amount of text that it can hold in its mind, so to speak, at any one given time. This used to be quite small, so it would mean that an AI would forget what it was talking about at the beginning of the conversation as the conversation thread gets longer. Nowadays, that is less of a problem because the context window has been significantly expanded for most models. It could potentially be an issue if you're trying to do analysis of patient data, and you should have some alarm bells ringing just from that phrase. Secondly, obviously AIs are prone to hallucination, so they can sound completely authoritative but be totally wrong in what they are saying. They're especially prone to fabricating research citations, as well as inventing drug contraindications. So obviously, clearly you need to verify everything that an AI tells you. Thirdly, the most dangerous and limiting aspect of these tools like ChatGPT is data governance. Any data that you give a cloud platform like ChatGPT is going offshore. That's clearly a problem for data protection laws. For example, in the UK there's GDPR, which protects where data is housed. In Europe, the new AI regulations restrict such practices, and the US has its own insurance-based legal data protection mechanism. So clearly this is a compliance risk and a ethical and moral issue around the use of patient data. But there are some serious advantages to being able to use AI with patient data. So how can you do that? In the next video, I'll show you how you can run your own local AI on your clinical PC, completely in compliance with data and medical patient record laws. It's a lot simpler than you think, and it changes everything about how you can use AI in a clinical setting.